can't go in there, son. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but one of those men
I can understand your concern, but you have to wait out here. All right, will you all face front and put your hats on, please? What do you say, Crawford?
That one, number 5.
Number 5, step forward, please. Are you sure? It happened fast.
Look, Brancato, I told you the guy was 2 feet away from me. What do you want, a Polaroid?
Ed, the guy's a school teacher. He's clean. No record, no prints on file, nothing in the mug books.
Yeah, well, just look at his bio that came in on him. He's moved every couple of years. He's taught in 8 states. It's a perfect cover. It's a clever M.O.
It does explain why it's been so hard to nail him.
Yeah, well, just can the conversation and lock him up. He murdered my partner.
Take number 5 away and book him.
Mr. Shepard. Bill Chambers, I'm a public defender.
How do you do?
I've reviewed your case. I see you've been denied bail. Not uncommon in these cases.
So we understand. Matthew Starr, I'm his guardian. We live together.
Let me be upfront with you, Mr. Shepard. You're in very big trouble. The murder of a police officer.
That's ridiculous. He didn't kill anybody. This whole scene's absurd.
Matthew, let's see what the gentleman has to say.
Well, tell him where you were. Tell him you were shopping so we can get out of here.
Is there someone who can verify that?
No, there isn't. I've been through this whole thing with the police. I'm sorry. There isn't.
Are you guilty of these crimes, Mr. Shepard?
No, I'm not.
A police officer at the scene positively identified you.
He made a mistake.
A preliminary hearing scheduled for this afternoon. I'd say plea bargaining is your best chance.
Wait, you mean plead guilty?
Yes. If he did, I'm pretty sure I could work some kind of deal.
No, I'm not pleading guilty, Mr. Chambers, because I am not guilty.
Okay, Mr. Shepard. I had to be sure. I believe you. I believe Officer Crawford did make a mistake. I think I know why. I think I can attack his credibility as a witness. You should be home for dinner. Thank you.
Lieutenant Brancato, you may step down. Are there any more witnesses to be called or evidence you'd like to enter, Mr. Williams?
Not at this time, Your Honor. The people rest.
Mr. Chambers?
No, Your Honor, but the defense would like to enter a motion to dismiss.
On what grounds, Mr. Chambers?
Insufficient evidence, Your Honor. Officer Crawford's identification of Mr. Shepard is the sole basis for the charges against him. As far as his testimony today is concerned, it's clear he's suffering from post-attack trauma, which has totally impaired his ability to make such identification.
I must agree the witness did contradict himself several times and often appeared confused.
I have 3 expert witnesses who are prepared to testify. However, in the interest of saving time, sparing the court all...
Thank you, Mr. Chambers. I'd say your argument is most compelling.
Your Honor, if it please the court, the people would like to reopen at this time.
For what reason, Mr. Williams?
To enter evidence that will clearly corroborate Officer Crawford's identification of Mr. Shepard as his assailant.
I object, Your Honor. Defense was never given any prior notice of the existence of this evidence, or time to study it, as is customary in a preliminary hearing.
Mr. Williams?
I realize that this procedure is unusual, Your Honor. We were withholding this evidence to make sure that it had been properly obtained, so that it wouldn't be ruled inadmissible on some technicality. However, under the circumstances, we are willing to take that risk now.
I'll hold my ruling on the objection. Please proceed, Mr. Williams.
Your Honor, the tape you're about to see was made from a hidden surveillance camera at the scene of the crime. Your Honor, a young police officer, the father of two, died at the end of that hallway.
On the local front, the suspect in the shooting death of police officer Robert Carson has been bound over for trial. Local school teacher Walter Shepard being held without bail.
You fool! Where have you been? They got your picture on TV.
Oh, that's not Julian. That's some ugly man. Some blind policeman think look like Julian.
Plagued the area just months ago.
Well, don't be kissing up to me. Where have you been? I've been worrying.
Well, I've been ducking and hiding from the bad policeman. And all the time, my soul aching to be here with you. Huh?
I love to hear your voice.
Yeah. Yeah. And you like the record you make because of Julian, too, eh? Baby.
I wasn't expecting anybody.
I am.
Oh.
You blew it, Hotshot. No more wheeling and dealing and buying and selling for you. You killed the cop.
If I don't think quick, those two bags be in evidence locker in police station, and I be in jail cell, man.
That's right. What went wrong?
The police don't know, Julian. They obviously onto your men, though, eh?
Now what are you going to do about that?
I spend a few days with Lovebird here, making beautiful island music together.
What about the police?
Oh, they happy with ugly man, eh?
Just make sure you stay out of sight so they don't discover there's two of you.
Hey, there's only one Julian, eh? Ain't that right, little Lovebird? Hmm?
That guy looked just like you, and I mean exactly.
Matthew, one of the reasons why this planet was chosen for us to hide on is its similarities. Now, you probably also have an exact double somewhere on this planet.
If my enemies haven't already killed him, and that's just it, they might be behind this to separate us.
No. They have no need to use such elaborate methods. Now, forget it. I'm just a victim of unfortunate circumstances.
Well, if that's true, all I have to do is find your lookalike, and they'll let you go.
Matthew, that man that you saw in that videotape is a killer. Now, I appreciate your need to help, but I can't have you go running around the city hunting for killers. Your future is much more important to risk that.
How much future do I have if you spend the rest of your life in jail?
More than running around back alleys looking for killers.
Look, I don't have to start in back alleys. I can start right in the club where the shooting took place.
Matthew, forget it. We have to have faith in the judicial system.
This is the only system I have faith in.
Matthew, put those bars back. I'm not going to escape and be hunted by these people as well as our enemies. Matthew!
Then I guess you can't refuse my help.
What's going on with those bars?
I'll see you. I gotta go.
Those bars were bent.
Oh, it must have been a distortion caused by the glass.